Hello there, my zealous. This is Joshua again. What's up? How you doing? So I just covered the abandoned wife paradox, and I wanted to let you know that I haven't done this video in a while, so I thought I'd do it again. How do you know, according to Scripture, how do you know if you're actually an abandoned wife? Well, there's a certain way you know, because it says in Scripture that if the unbelieving husband abandons the believing wife, she is set free from the bondage of marriage. All right, which is good because she needs to find a husband and she needs to have babies and blah 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 blah. How do you know if you've been abandoned? Well, there's a way to know because there's actually 4 things that a man is supposed to be doing in order to know that you're married. There are 4 things. First thing is, they're in Exodus 21:10, I believe, is where it starts. And then the last one is in Colossians. Sorry about the yawning. Okay, so the first one goes like this. You're supposed to, your food, it's a food, shelter, and duty of marriage. Okay, so if you're providing food and shelter and duty of marriage, these are your legal responsibilities as a husband. You are supposed to be providing food, shelter, and babies. If you're not providing babies, food, or shelter, you are not being a proper husband. All right, and the last one that's in Colossians. Yeah, Colossians. Yeah, it's Colossians. As the last one is you have to love the wife as you love yourself. Okay, so with these 4 in mind, we can determine if at any point a wife is abandoned. If a man is not providing her food or shelter or babies and is proven that he doesn't love her. Now, how does a man prove that he doesn't love her? Well, you don't do damage to your own flesh. So you're supposed to love a wife as you love yourself. And if you're beating your wife, you obviously don't love her. Yeah, you don't want to be a part of an abusive relationship. You need to remove yourself from the abusive relationship. Now, and when you are in an abusive relationship, you can choose to leave the abuser and find a new mate. And you really should talk to God in this scenario, because we just talked about that in the abandoned wife paradox. But I just wanted to go over the basics of what you can consider when you can consider yourself abandoned. Okay, because we already covered that in the last video. We're covering this when you know you're abandoned in this video. Okay, so first off, is he abusive? That means he doesn't love you, and it's very obvious he doesn't love you because he's abusive. Okay. Second is he doesn't provide you babies. If he is making sure that you do not get pregnant or is actively trying to avoid impregnating you, you've been abandoned. Okay, your focus and your goal should be on having babies, regardless of your financial excuses. Okay, there's so many excuses out there. Don't even listen to it. Excuses are everywhere. Those are cultural excuses. You should not listen to them. You should be, you need to bring babies into the world, and that's your purpose. And to avoid that purpose is to, if a man is forcing you to is not allowing you to have babies, he is a bad dude and you have been abandoned. The other 2 things is food and shelter. And back in the day, it was a little bit different because women didn't get money. Food was separate from shelter. Well, in our day and age, it's basically money does the exact same thing. Money gives you both food and shelter. So basically, in our modern day, it's just these 3 things, even though these 2 are connected. So food and shelter, and duty of marriage, and love the wife as you love yourself. So it's technically 3 things, even though these 2 are linked. So if you are providing food and shelter, that means, i.e., paying for or providing for your wife and what she needs and requires in her life, then you are a good husband. However, if you're a concubine, like the spiritual concubine that we've had many videos about, you love your concubine as yourself, and that means do not be abusive. No abuse, 0 abuse. And then there is loving your concubine as you love yourself. And then the second one is providing babies. All right. However, if they are a concubine, you don't have to provide food or shelter, because they have brought it to your attention that they are willing to provide for themselves when it comes to food and shelter. So the food and shelter they will provide for, but you still have to love your wife as you love yourself and provide them babies. So I hope this breaks it down. How a woman will know if they've been abandoned or not, regardless if you're a concubine or you're a wife. Anyway, I'm glad to bring this to your attention, and I hope you enjoy it. I love God because I love virtue, justice, and salvation. And Motivated Miss, Saturdays, Pacific Standard Time, 10 o'clock. We have the live stream. Be there or be square. Share a link, subscribe, comment, post videos, click the dingy thingy, whatever. I don't know. Interact with my content. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. That would be awesome. I post every day. I'm sitting pretty at 277. It hasn't moved in like a month. But hey, who knows? Maybe we'll get there eventually. I don't know. You know how it happened. Anyway, I will talk to you later. You have a great day. Peace. I love God because I love virtue, justice, and salvation. Bye-bye.